going on, everyone? So, of course, all of a sudden, the Phoenix Suns can't lose. They're blowing everyone out by 30. Again, it's just need some of these teams to start falling. Sacramento, they have the Knicks and the Celtics coming up. My concern, though, is the Celtics have the number one seed clinched already. Do they start resting guys? Do they start sitting guys out? It's a little concerning, right? But nonetheless, look, the Lakers coming off of a huge win. Wasn't the prettiest, wasn't the sexiest. I didn't like how they almost sold that. I mean, I talked about this already once. Our bench depth is atrocious. Like, our bench is rough. Our second string is bad enough as it is. We put in our third string, and they nearly sold that game with like 2 minutes left. Right? When it was supposed to be packed up, everything was done. Here you go. Wash your hands, move on. But as rough as it was, and the Lakers just clearly checked out, right, of that game. The Lakers just their minds, their hearts, their bodies, their souls, everything outside of their body was on the plane on their way to LA to get ready for this 2-day rest, and then into the Cleveland Cavaliers and Minnesota Timberwolves back to back. But got to still stay focused, right? And it's the bad habits. Right? We got to do a better job with the bad habits. 21 assists, 16 turnovers isn't going to get it done on most nights. Now, how much of it, again, was the end of a back-to-back, the end of a tough road trip? I know people like to discredit, they played, the Raptors and the Wizards. Like, look, the Lakers were on the road, right? They're still NBA teams. This Wizards team in particular just beat the Milwaukee Bucks, although the Grizzlies just beat the Milwaukee Bucks also. Milwaukee is sinking and sinking fast. Right? The Lakers are heading in a positive upward direction, and Milwaukee's just headed in a downward spiral right now. But, the Lakers, look, it's their job to beat the teams that are in front of them. Their job was to go 5-1 on this road trip, right? And they did that. Right? They were able to close out strong. Got 5 games left. These 5 games are very crucial, very important. Obviously, every game at this point is crucial. I mean, this race is very likely going down to the wire. This 5, 6 through 10 race is gonna be brutal down the stretch. A lot of these teams still play each other, right? Which gives me a little hope, gives me a little confidence, right? As long as the Lakers do what they're supposed to do, as long as the Lakers handle business in their regard, I fully expect the Lakers to leapfrog somebody. Now, as far as them getting the 6th seed or something, it's a little rough, right? You have to have a lot of dominoes fall in order to get it. Can they? Yes, statistically speaking, it's still very possible. But it's one of those things, I wouldn't get my hopes up on it. If it happens, great. Right? We'll celebrate. We'll be cheering. We'll talk about it, do a video, do live stream, all kinds of stuff, right? But to me, it's don't count on it. If it happens, great. Right now, that 7th or 8th spot is where I'm really kind of focused in. By Friday, the end of day Friday, it's very possible that the Lakers could now be in position to where you just have to outpace the Kings by a game to get there. If the Kings lose their next 2 games, all of a sudden, Lakers are in that position. At that point, you're just weathering the storm. Right? But you got to keep in mind, the Lakers need to win 1 full game over some of these teams. The Dallas Mavericks, the Sacramento Kings. Phoenix, they have the tiebreaker over. And the Pelicans, we play them for the last game of the season. That game could turn out and end up being massive for the Lakers. Lakers also have a huge game against the Golden State Warriors coming up soon. That game, again, is going to be incredibly massive because that could be the difference between us creating that separation or the Warriors even potentially overtaking us. So that Warriors game, that Pelicans game, every game is crucial, but that Warriors game, that Pelicans game, and that other Grizzly game, those are the 3 games that I think are just, you can't lose. You cannot lose those games. The Cavs and the Minnesota Timberwolves games that are coming up, those games, again, all games at this point are absolute must-wins. But as long as you win one of those, I think the Lakers will be in good shape. Ideally, you win both. Ideally, you handle business. You walk out with the Cavs and the Timberwolves game. That would just be a home run. If they do that, I think that they sweep the entire month of April and the rest of the season. I do. I think that they'll finish the season, these 7 games. I think they'll win all 7, and Lakers will be in good shape. Because I just think at that point they'll have so much momentum, so much belief, so much like, okay, we're locked in. Now you're 3 games out of the playoffs. If you were ever going to be locked in, now's the time. Not just that, but you start seeing some of these teams lose that are ahead of you. You start seeing if you take the 8th seed, now all of the confidence rises up. Now everybody knows like, hey, we've been locked down to get to this point now. We cannot fumble this and end up being that team that, we finally worked literally months to overtake somebody, and now you drop back. If the Lakers handle business in those last 2 games, I just think that will have them kind of maybe pick it up a notch, take some of these games a little more serious, right? Some of these games, even though we won, there was just a lot of bad habits, a lot of issues, just a lot of games with too many turnovers, just poor execution, just bad defense on the defense side of things. How much of it was just the Lakers playing down to their competition? I mean, we're going to find out against the Cavs and the Timberwolves. Now, I'm not saying the Lakers can't beat both of those teams. It's a back-to-back. It's tough. Right? Any back-to-back is tough. But you're going into a Cleveland game where not just Cleveland, but both of those teams desperately need those wins too for their seeding and their playoff race. So neither of those teams really want to drop or end up being in a position where it's like, like now we're the 4 seed or whatever, right? So to me, you're going to get their best effort. You're going to get 2 teams that are coming in, giving you 110%. That first game is probably going to be brutal. It's probably going to be a war. You're going to battle that out. You're going to duke that out. And then now you're going to have to jump immediately into a Timberwolves game that's going to be a battle, that's going to be a war, that they're going to be trying to overtake you. And it's one of those things where, kind of like I said with the 6th seed, don't count on it, but if it happens, beautiful, right? But I think you go 6-1 down this stretch, I'm very confident the Lakers leapfrog somebody. Again, all of these teams play each other, some cases multiple times. Somebody has to lose those games. And regardless of who wins and loses, right, those games matter for us, right? Either way, we gain an edge. The way the Phoenix Suns keep winning and all these teams keep selling and resting guys, and it's just so frustrating sitting here watching. They're not even competitive. Right? They're just jacking up shots, just letting them get whatever. It's like, come on, man. It's like, then I get it. Phoenix, I mean, look, they have a lot to play for too. They're trying to stay out of the play-in. They want to win these games too. But it's just like, come on, man. These guys have been selling all season long, right? Like, there's just been inconsistency all season. Like, these go on these stretches where they win and lose games, right? Where the Lakers, it was just mostly this just 13-game stretch that really kind of did them in at this point. If it wasn't for that 13-game stretch, the Lakers would be sitting pretty, right? But, again, you just got to kind of trust the process at this point. You got to trust that these teams ahead of you, they're going to lose games. You keep doing what you're going to do. I keep saying the Lakers control their destiny, right? And I've had people push back. How can the Lakers control their destiny when, if all these other teams, because, again, these other teams are going to lose. It has to happen. And it's not like one of those things where I'm willing it to. No, they literally play each other. So multiple of these teams are going to lose multiple games, right? So again, to me, the Lakers, if they do what they're supposed to do, they handle business, they win their games, then let the cards fall where they may. The Lakers will overtake somebody because, again, these teams have to play for each other or have to play against each other, which, again, if the Lakers do what they're supposed to do, allow those teams to duke it out and one of them is going to fold, here you go. Step right up. Here are the Los Angeles Lakers. But, again, it's just need to start seeing some breaks, right? I do think once we start seeing, like if Sacramento loses tomorrow, I think that'll change a lot of just the energy, right? It's just like, man, we're all excited. Lakers won, yay! And then you go see the side, it's like, come on. Right? But we start seeing these teams taking L's. Like the Pelicans lost today earlier. That's huge for the Lakers. Start seeing these other teams take L's. I think that'll do a lot for the Lakers. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? How do you think that the Lakers will overtake somebody? One of these teams are going to fold. Who do you think it is? What do you think of all these teams just not losing? All right. But how do you feel? Whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Helps me enjoy these types of videos. Truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.